Hey guys, this is Sheep34 for welcome back to another showcase video. Today I'm showing you my custom Lego Star Wars The Last Jedi minifigures. My first Lego Star Wars showcase. And I'm really proud with how these figures came out. Before we get started, make sure to like and subscribe, and don't forget to check out my Instagram. I post a lot of stuff on my Instagram that I don't show here, so might as well check that out. But yeah, ignore any background noises while I'm making the video, by the way. It's gonna be a very long video, by the way, too, so I'll try to rush through the figures, a little bit. Okay, so, start with a somewhat main character, Rey. The head, just get out of the way, is the regular Rey head, no changes. The hair was a Lego Qui-Gon Jinn hair, and I sanded off the back, the bottom of the back of the hair a little bit, then I molded in that, and then the rest was all made by me. I'll show that after. But the torso and the legs and the arms, no changes to the hands, but all that was painted by me. The torso and the details on it, like the straps, were based off of Legos that I continued onto the top of the torso. I think that turned out pretty good. And then both the arms were Lego white arms that I painted on the shoulders, and I painted on the dark gray lines, and this little bit right here. And then I painted on the boots onto some light gray legs. Yeah, and then I cut up a Lego cape, and I glued a whole bunch of those pieces on, and then I actually did some detail on the side there, and then on there. The detail on the straps made out of the cape were all based off, weren't based off anything. So yeah, and the lightsaber, no changes to the blade, but the handle was actually Lego's lightsaber handle that I just sanded a bunch on top, and I left that a little bit, and I just modified it a ton, and I sanded it a little bit on the bottom too, and I painted all those black lines, and yeah, I think it turned out pretty good. And it definitely works for Luke's lost lightsaber. So yeah, now with her out of the way, since he just fell over, might as well do Chewbacca, even though he's not one of the main characters. But yeah, this was basically Lego's Chewbacca. I painted everything on the arms. All that detail was based off of me, based on my idea. I'm just gonna get this out of the way for a second. And no changes to the hands, by the way. I did little toes too, and I painted on all the stuff on the legs. All that is based off of my own design. Same thing on the other arm. I think it turned out pretty good. I based some of it off of Legos. I don't know what to call it. It's like these big builds. Yeah, it goes in between the legs too. Do you see there? Yeah, and I really like the toes, and especially how they came out, but my favorite are the arms. Those turned out perfect. But yeah, and the gun was a Lego, sniper rifle gun that I cut up, some Lego rod pieces, and I glued it onto the side of the scope, and then I sanded the front a little bit, and I added on these parts, that came off of Hawkeye's. You can see the eyes are not neat, but came off of Hawkeye's, bow and arrow from Lego Avengers, that, special bow and arrow, and, yeah, I sanded that a little bit and glued it on. I think it works really well for the bowcaster, if you know what it looks like in the movies. And also sanded on the back a little bit there. But yeah, that's pretty much it for Chewbacca. And next up, I'll just do the first one done. Out of all these, BB-8, and one of my favorites, my favorite figures I've ever made. I did something that most other customizers didn't even think about. I sanded off the stud on top and on the bottom. And then I painted all of those details. I'll just give you a little time to look. Yep, and then I painted on them down the head too. And then I took a toothpick and sanded the crap out of it and cut it in half, and I did those little antennas there. As you can see, if it'll focus. Yeah, you can see there all the antennas, and I painted that longer one, which is completely accurate. And yeah, really proud of how this guy came out. Pose, since he's next in line. The head and hair, no changes. I think they're perfectly fine. Yes, the jacket is actually dark brown in the movie, but I thought it looked better black. Yeah, and I painted on the Resistance logo on the arms. No other changes there. That one's better. Yeah, and the jacket I glued to make it like that, but stiff. And then it was just a white torso. You can see all those details I based off my own design. And the legs, pretty self-explanatory. Yeah, ignore the noises in the background, just my idiot family. Yeah, and then I painted those little details there, and the jacket was actually a Lego Capes for Minifigs. Check them out, they're amazing. It was a black Capes for Minifigs short trench coat that I cut and glued, obviously, so yeah, I think that turned out pretty well. Yeah, next up, Finn, no changes to the hair and the head, which is not actually the Finn head, but I just thought it looked better. And same thing with Poe. I used Capes and Minifigures jacket, and I painted it. I painted all these details, and even added on that little section right there. And I think that turned out pretty good. I painted all the details on the arms, no changes to the hands, and I even added that little stitch on the back. Yeah, and I think that turned out really well. Yeah, and same thing with Poe, with like the shirt and stuff, and I glued it so it'd stay stiff like that. And then the rest is pretty self-explanatory with the legs, just some gray legs, and I painted on the belt and all that. But yeah. Next up, Luke, probably the most basic, and I'm not very proud of him just because of that, even though this is the best I could do. The hair was the Lego surfer hair that I painted the accurate color, and the head was the Lego Luke head that like the young Luke head, but I painted on the beard and the eyebrows. Yeah, you can see there. And then the cape was Lego. I'll just take off the hair just so you can get a clearer look. Lego Capes Minifigs cape, and I cut off the hood from the other cape and then glued it on. I painted on details for the hood, and then same thing with like cutting off the cape and stuff for the robes. And I painted on the belt, pretty self-explanatory. In the hand, yeah, a lot of metal you can see there. And I actually did a little bit for the heels of his boots. You can see there a little bit of brown. But yeah, that's pretty much it for Luke. Almost done, guys. Almost done. It's been 7 minutes. So now this is Kylo Ren. Probably my least favorite, just because of all of that, since I don't have the actual figure, but same hair pieces to Luke, the Lego surfer hair that I painted black, and then this is the Kylo Ren head from 2015, and I just painted on the scar. I think the scar came out perfect, but yeah, and then, taking that off, same cape, over the shoulder cape from Capes for Minifigs, no changes to it. I'll just take this off for a moment. The same thing, I didn't paint the back because of the cape, but I painted on all the details you see there, and, that was very hard to do. You can see, you might be able to see the paint difference there, yeah, because I had to fill in some mess ups, but, yeah, and the arms, I purposely made messy, because of the way it's just all wrinkled up in the film. I think it works fine, so the one chance we're being messy, the one time we're being messy actually works out, but yeah. And then I painted on boots onto the black legs, but that's pretty much it. Another basic figure. I really like how he is portrayed in the films, and I don't know what to say. Because I am actually trying to put him back together, but this cape is doesn't like me very much. Also the lightsaber, I almost forgot. It was the same thing with Rey's. It was Lego's lightsaber. I didn't do much sanding, but I sanded the top, and I did those little details there, you can see. And then I glued on these parts from another lightsaber that I sanded and glued on. Yeah, I think that turned out pretty good, and then no changes to the main blade right here. But yeah, I think that worked out pretty good. Yeah. And there you go. And then I have 2 more figures. Okay, so Snoke, the big dude in the film. I didn't realize till like a little while ago, like probably just like not even a month ago, that he was actually like super tall in the film. like really tall. So I'll show you what I did for the legs later, but I'm just going to get out of the way now. I did not extend his arms because if you compare his arms, because I saw this picture of his action figure next to Poe's action figure, their arms are the same exact length. It's just his legs. So, and plus I thought it would look strange. So, yeah, I think this works out pretty good. But the head was an angry stormtrooper head that I just sanded the crap out of, and I painted all those wrinkles on. And I even did the white on the eyebrows. Yeah, I did all those details you see there. I think it turned out pretty amazing. If I do say so myself. And then the torso you see there isn't neat, but you're not going to see him from that way. He's pretty tall. His arms and hands, no changes besides the fact that I painted on this ring right here, which it might actually be pretty important in the film. I don't know, I'm recording this way before the film comes out, which I see a week after the film comes out, but yeah, that's not important right now. I also painted on these little spots on the arms to get that texture too. And this trench coat was actually a beige trench coat in my own color, as you can see in the fluffiness there, that I cut. And I painted it all, and I glued it onto the torso, and I painted it all gold. Then I had to extend it after I found out. So yeah, I cut another cape, and I extended it, and I did the straps. I think the strap came out fairly well, and then I painted on the skin in a way there. And yeah, now I'm going to show you the legs. My favorite part about this figure. My first time making extended legs, and it didn't have to be that neat, but I think it turned out really good. And I painted on the shoes and the skin, the way it is in the film. But this was really fun to make. These extended legs, just for size there you can see next to Poe. I really enjoyed making these extended legs, and they do move perfectly. But yeah, you can see in there. But yeah, that's pretty much it for Snoke. Can't wait to see this guy in the film. I've been waiting for him ever since Force Awakens. But you know, finally, Captain Phasma. I'm just going to get this out of the way. Her spear, her double-sided spear, was actually a Lego Gandalf staff, I guess you could say, in light gray that I just sanded the tips off of. Yeah. Now, I do not have the figure for Phasma. So, also, to get this out of the way, this cape was also in the same cape as Kylo Ren, but I cut this side off, and I didn't have a little red line, so, yeah, no head underneath, just nothing. But I did not have the figure for Phasma, so, this is all completely custom. No, nothing on the back, by the way. This is all completely custom, this whole figure. And I think it turned out pretty darn good. I did not sculpt anything on these figures, by the way. Just kind of up in my mind. So yeah, the helmet and yeah, pretty much just the helmet was a Lego Stormtrooper helmet, First Order Stormtrooper helmet, and I painted on all this silver. I painted on all of that, and I did all those details that aren't that great because silver paint is super hard to mess with, to deal with, but I think it turned out really good, and I outlined the piece in the front, and I did all those details wrapping around and coming over the helmet, and I think it turned out great. And then I had the paint. I had to do the same exact thing. I sanded the sides of this torso and painted it silver because it would just look awkward if it was still whatever color it was before. I'm just gonna take this off now. But yeah, so all of this is completely custom. The arms and the legs, and I think the torso, they were gray. Oh crap, that piece just came off, but yeah. Oh dang. I better get through this quick so I can glue it back on. But yeah, all of this detail is based off of what I saw of the real Captain Phasma minifigure, along with my own design on the sides. And I glued on those little pouches. One just fell off on the other side, but I glued on those pouches that I cut out of action figure plastic. You can say I painted the arms and the hands with the details. Yeah, and I did the identical set on the sides. Excuse me. Yeah, I think it turned out really good. And it also goes in between the legs. Yep. And I think it goes in between the arms too. Yeah, it does a little bit, but there's not much. But yeah, nothing on top because of the cape. But yeah, really like how I really hope she's better in this film and has more to do. Obviously, she's had more to talk in the trailers than she does in all of The Force Awakens, which I really hope she is better in this film. That's all I really need to say. But yeah, that's pretty much it for The Force Awakens figures now in a mess. But yeah, probably my longest video right now. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Boop. But yeah. Oh, I really love how my first, Star Wars figures came out. I think they turned out perfect. Couldn't have gone better. Maybe, if I had the actual Captain Phasma minifigure, she would look a little better, but I think it looks good for what I can do. Maybe for Christmas, I'll get a Captain Phasma minifigure or something like that, which would definitely help me, because then in my next update video, my January update video, I would have updated Phasma by then, just automatically. But yeah, for now, that's what she looks like. But yeah, I'm really proud of how these figures came out. I might also change Rey's hair if I get to it, but probably not. But yeah, that's it for my Star Wars figures, my first Star Wars figures. Oh, I can't believe it. And for The Last Jedi too. The reviews are just coming in at the time of this filming, and people are saying it's like the best Star Wars film yet. So I am definitely happy about that, and that I made this many figures for that, because I've seen some people only making like 4 figures for this movie. But look at me, I made like 9. I had to just count that right now. I didn't even keep track, but yeah. Also, I did not make Hux, because Hux is lame and boring and dull, and I don't like him. And I don't think anybody else, like, in the world does. But yeah, if I do get the set, though, with Hux, which was not on my wish list for Christmas, but if I do somehow get that, then I will maybe do him, which will also be my update video in January, after Christmas. But yeah, that's pretty much it. This is going on way too long. But yeah, also, last thing, I did not make C-3PO and R2-D2. 1, because I did not have the time, and 2, because I just didn't want to. Also, the C-3PO minifigure from the Force Awakens is really good. They don't have to change it that much. And R2-D2, I just don't want to make it right now. Maybe I will someday. Maybe during the summer I will. Summer 2018, but probably not with Infinity War and all that. If you're watching this video after Infinity War has come out, it looks really good, and I hope it doesn't suck. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Here I am talking about Marvel in a Star Wars video. But yeah, I love Star Wars, and I hope Han Solo spinoff next year is good. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. It's going way too long. Like, way too long. But yeah, that's pretty much it for my Star Wars Last Jedi minifigures, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.